Hey guys, welcome to another Under 5 Minute Reviews, and today we're looking at the Jodorowsky Library Edition. So this is the first volume. There's another three. I do have all of them, so I'll be, doing these as I go along. The first bit is like adult content warning. Like Metabarons, this is definitely like a 15 plus, I would say. Depending on parents, could be 13 plus would be okay, but it really does depend on your parents and what they deem to be, good. But check it out before, get permission, because it's a bit crazy. Quick review on whether you should get this. I would say if you liked Meta Barons, then this part of the book pays off. It's very Meta-Barony in art style, in story. It's awesome. This is awesome in its own way. For me personally, it's nothing like this later work, but it's worth watching and it's worth reading, I should say. It's unique. I think that's the best way to describe it. But yeah, so I'll dive in and talk a bit more about it. So essentially, Annabelle 5 is about like this organization who's tasked with taking out Interterror, which is like a terrorist organization. And it's basically follows the story of this particular guy who's like some sort of mercenary assassin type. And he dies in pretty much every issue. And he's reborn, or his conscience is taken back at every issue, and the story wasn't bad. It just wasn't anything amazing. I would say don't be put off by the art style. Yes, it's old school. Yes, it is from like 60s, I think it is, but it doesn't have that exposition that comes with that early work. Like if you're reading DC or Marvel or something, that weightiness to it, it's not here. It really isn't. So if that is your issue with this kind of early stuff, then I don't think you'll experience that here. So don't be put off by that. Overall, it's not bad. I mean, I don't think it's going to be for everyone. I didn't mind reading it, but I have to say, it's not something I'd choose to read again. Do you know what I mean? But then, it's about his whole work, right? So if you want to get a deeper dive into what he's about, then it's still worth a read. But then you get to this, and this was amazing, because after reading that, I was like, God, did I just get all of these books? I'm gonna read through these, and it's gonna be like, where's the Metabaron stuff style, And I have to say, this was a joy. The first part of this book, the Annabelle stories, I basically read 1 or 2 issues a day, so it took like 2 to 3 days to get through. But when I got to Megalex, I did this in one sitting because it's bloody brilliant. It's essentially about this society where humans aren't born anymore. They're all clones of some sort. They have a fixed life term. They're all drugged up. They're all medicated. When they reach that life term, they die in this like event. And they go into feeding the immortality of like the higher class people. It's insane, and it's brilliant. And you think, oh, okay, that's what it is, that's what it's become. But no, then you get thrown a curveball, and you find out the origins of this entire situation, and then it takes another level, and you're like, what, bloody hell? Like, it's amazing, and it doesn't disappoint. Like, this is the event I mentioned. Like, see that? That's like literally, they all get to the day where they die. They all stand in this massive river in the middle of the city, and their bodies blow up from the implants. And it's literally a river of blood. and it's brilliant and it's amazing, and you think it's one thing and then it evolves again, and it's just a brilliant read all the way through. The ending threw me. It's kind of left me hoping that there is another Megalex 2.0 or something. I don't know if there is. I'm gonna have to look to see, but it's brilliant. It's amazing. You know. Then there's two more stories at the end. First one is about this. This is actually it. The first one is about this robot beings who wiped out humanity, and then like 10,000 or 30,000 years later, a comet comes by, and all of a sudden, a bunch of their robots become sentient, and they realize that their life is meaningless, start trying to kill themselves. So these robot leaders are like, well, what do we do? So they just decide to make a Jesus Christ robot, a robot Christ. And I mean, the short end of it, they all end up fucking dead. And they kind of deserve it. So, you know. Second story, mathematician people who are like super advanced at maths, but because they're like at such a level, it looks like it's premonition. It wasn't bad, but honestly, it just wasn't great. It really wasn't. And there's a third story, which is about, God, it's that alien where princess he's dying, he has to go get the cure, and then he's like, oh yeah, the cure's you, so he kills himself. Honestly, it wasn't bad read. Again, it's a single shot issue. The Robo Christ that really was the good one. Out of the three stories at the back, Robo Christ is a cool one. But the main standout of this book is Megalex. Like, it definitely is Megalex. So, should you get this? If you like Jodo and you like Meta Barons, I'd say that the Megalex portion and onwards of this book makes it worthwhile. And the reason I say that is because the Annibal stuff isn't bad. If it was bad, I would say, like specifically bad, I would say no. But it ain't. So if you guys found this, you know, that dichotomy, it's rough, but essentially good. Worthwhile. If you like Jodo and you like Meta Barons, I think you will enjoy this, and it's definitely worth the money. Like, it's a nice, big, high quality book. So if this has been of any use to you guys, you know, like and a follow, please. Sub even.